Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Only need to catch one here or there and you do great. How about CMG yesterday? I mean, even I'm amazed. So sometimes you look at this stuff and Sam has this memory and you use this memory and great things happen. But sometimes you remember too much. Kind of interesting, right? So CMG, the last time it popped like this, I was in Miami, 3 years ago, and it popped like this on a Wednesday, and it moved up like about 75 to 80 points, and then it dropped 25, okay? So yesterday when it opened up 75 points, we sold those at 55, but it didn't drop 25 points. It didn't do it. Now, if I didn't have that memory, I would have never sold it. But so I had that memory. It dropped 25 points. So I was waiting for any drop at all to go buy the 2000s at probably $3, and they went to 60. But it never dropped because it went to those 2000s were 6, and they went to 8 and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Never gave me an entry, and I sold the other ones. Now, I did have 3 left over that I bought in an IRA account that I forgot about too, because I bought them right before I got the phone call from my mom. So it just kind of was all up in the air, so I kind of missed that one. But so the memory, that's why I sold the CMG. So now let me tell you the history of Facebook, or Meta, because this applies today. And you're going to say, Jesus, Sam, you're killing me. The last time it had this move, last quarter, it ripped about 180, and then it dropped a little bit, not a ton, enough. But then it ran to 193, and then it dropped about 6. The next day, it opened lower, 183, or somewhere in there, and it ran to 197. So from the initial open, 180, so 180 would be equivalent to 234 right now. So the 180 went to 193, which is 13, and the 180 went to 197, which is 17. So if you had 13 on the 234, you had 247 and 251. So my number is 252. So very possible. So, but no, there's nothing to say that the exact same thing happens again, right? But I'm just telling you so you know. And what just happened to SPX? It was up 28, up 1.1. That means they should cut less, but it's still up 1.1. Interesting. Microsoft isn't running yet. Let's see what happens there. Meta looks really good. It didn't drop at all on this. Let's see if Meta can get to 240. Maybe then it goes down a little bit, then it pops again tomorrow. Very interesting. And then the week after, Meta didn't go. Okay? So these are just some history from Sam on what happens. This CMG is insane, right? Insane. So when we gave you the CMG 1900s at 9, we said it could go to 2000. The 2000s were 50 cents to 150. You could have got them at 150 all you wanted, but you sure could have got them at 1 when it went down, and they went to 60. The ones we had, 9 went to 152. Crazy, crazy. You're not going to see that again for a long time. Okay? NOW had earnings, really, really good earnings, 23%, 28% growth, and it's down because they didn't guide up. But they didn't guide down in this environment. So it's kind of no man's land, do not touch now for 4 to 6 weeks, our 4 to 6 week rule. Tesla continues to work lower, it looks like 150. Align, good news, but they didn't guide up a lot. And here's the problem, and just remember this for other things. You need to guide up, but you need to guide up where your company is really growing. Guiding up by 30 million is not that much. Okay, it's just not that much. If you're talking all of China and you're only going to make 30 million more, that's why a line's down. Now, does it go positive? Maybe, but it probably needs another 2 quarters. Okay, tonight you have a big news on Amazon, because Amazon Web Services, if Amazon Web Services does better than expectations, the snowman is going to come out. The snowman is going to go nuts. Now, does that happen? I don't know. Expect it to go to 0. But it could happen. And if it happens, it's going to run. What did SPX do? Nothing. Just sitting there. Okay. NVIDIA is popping again. It keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down. Can't get through this 282. But I'm pretty sure 282 is a carbon copy of Microsoft 292. Carbon copy. So when it breaks, it's going to break. Okay, now, one other thing. I'm trying to teach you guys on how to read analyst stuff. So Microsoft was at, 188, 288-ish, and it drops 13 points into earnings because Wall Street Journal and 15 analysts come on TV, all 15 clowns come on TV, clown heaven, tell you, oh, it's gone up and up a lot. And I'm like, if ChatGPT is real, it has to go this quarter. It's not a next quarter thing. It's either catching on or it's not. And it did, and it went up. So then yesterday, Meta, 5 straight people come on CNBC when it's at 213. And 5 straight people tell you, oh, it's up a lot. It's up 100% from 90. Who cares? It was 370. What does that have to do with it? Just tell me how much you think they're going to earn, slap some PE on it, and give me a valuation. Don't tell me it's up 100%. I don't care. I don't care if a stock is up 500% or down 500%. Tell me how much they're going to make, what their growth rate is, and I'll tell you around what it can be. So that's where we use the logic on Meta, and it's rocking. So now snow is the big one tonight, because on Amazon Web Services. So all you're looking for is Amazon Web Services better than they thought or worse. If it's worse, then snow is going to go back to 141 and fast at the open, before open. If it's better, then it can go to 160. So I don't know. I never tell you I know this. I know what's possible both ways. Now, somebody asked a question in the room yesterday. It's very important. He said, Sam, you bought CMG when it was at 1850, right? 1850. Actually, 1700 plus, right? It was 1790, I believe. Lower than that. It was 1760, I believe. At 1760, I bought CMG 1900s at 9. And he asked me, well, Sam, you're not buying a line, the 400s. You're saying it's too expensive. So here's the difference. CMG, if you played it before, has moved 200 points. A line doesn't move 70 and 80 points. It moves 40 or 50. So if it moves 40, that puts it at 390. And the 400s, which are $4 and $5, are too expensive. If CMG moves 200, you are going to be in the money, and they're going to be $60. So when you buy things, it has to be based on where they can go. Where they can go. Like snow, I'm telling you, if it rips, it can go to 160, maybe 162. So if you go buy the 165s for tomorrow, yeah, maybe you make money because they go from 3 cents to 8, but that's about it, right? Unless that market really runs, everything's possible. But it's not a good play. So, but if Sam tells you 160 can happen, then the 150, 250s or the 155s are a decent play because they can go up a lot. Now, once again, doesn't mean it's going to, just means that it's possible. And that's the interesting part, okay? So keep an eye on that, keep an eye on that, keep an eye on that, okay? So that's what we know. That's what we know. First Solar earnings are coming. So Enphase guided way lower and collapsed. If First Solar guides lower, it's 167. It's 167. It's down 33. Now, I didn't say they're going to guide lower. I said if they guide lower, that's what happens. Not the same company as Enphase, similar, but not the same. Okay, let's get started. Good morning, everybody. 427. 427. Interesting. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Then we see. Okay? SPX, I think it was up 20. It's up 18. Now, every time something goes up 18 or 20, it ends up negative. Every time it goes down 10, 20, 30, it ends up positive at some point that day. It's just what's happening. Nobody said it's going to happen today. It's just what's happening. Okay? So SPX, you have 40.72, 40.91, 41.09. Downside, 40.30, 4,000, and 3,900. Okay, Avago chips slowly lower. You got 609, it's getting close to that. 609, 591, 632 up. NVIDIA, 282, that's all you need to know, 282. If and when it breaks, it's going to rip. Lam Research, KLA is way up, guided down, but they think it's a bottom. But Lam Research probably needs another 2-3 weeks, okay? PNW, Cloud, will probably move 2, 3, 4 points on Amazon, one way or the other. Keep an eye on it. Apple, 165, 166, 169, under 154. Goldman Sachs, no man's land, 341, 332. CMG, 2056, 2082. Underneath, 1971. Meta made good money. This thing should be at 250. Let's see if it does the same thing and it pops. But just remember, it's dropped 5 points last time. Now, once again, last time doesn't mean anything. But it dropped 5 points from its peak. Let's see, our 230s, we bought it like 260, are going to open at 9. Very nice. So that covers you now. And pops. Let's see. If it takes out 238, then 242, 251. Snowman, I like these 150, 250s. Because Google was okay and Microsoft was okay on the cloud side, I would think Amazon Web Services is okay and Snow can have a pop. Let's see. Okay? Netflix, no man's land, no reason to trade it. MDB, huge move yesterday, and it held it. 262 possible if AWS is good. NOW, just sitting there, not up, not down, no man's land, took premium from both sides. Let's see how it works. Okay? The numbers itself are good. Then we see. Okay? Google, if it can get to 101, it has a shot lower. Microsoft needs 298, 302. If it gets over 300 today, it has a shot. Tesla looks like 149. Align, 319 and 372. Anything over 372 runs. AWS, 109, 116. First Solar, 191. Okay, comments, questions. What was KLA? KLA was pretty good. It wasn't great. It was just pretty good. So that's what we know. Okay, that's what we got. Thanks, everybody. See you in chat.